Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am Natasha Salsabila, and my research project is a comparative study of personalized gold nanopyramids using amine and thiol for glucose-based plasmonic sensing. So, metal nanoparticle as a part of nanotechnology implementation has unique optical properties if they are radiated with light in a specific wavelength, which is called localized surface plasmaresonance or LSPR. Many nanoparticles have this phenomenon, but in this project, the gold nanoparticles is used due to their advantage, such as being inert and then biocompatible and easy to oxidize. Generally, gold nanoparticle has two shapes, which is isotropic and anisotropic. In isotropic shape, direction does not control the influence of a sphere phenomenon, such as in a spherical shape, but in anisotropic, the direction controls the sphere phenomenon properly. For example, is elongated shape, and then the bipyramid shape is chosen because it has a higher sensitivity and selectivity to surrounding medium change that is very suitable for sensing application. It has more pointed shape with more electrons on the surface. So an increase in the number of surface electrons will lead to an increase in the electric enrichment field. So this feature of ring Gordon bipyramids or GMBPS has larger refractive index sensitivity and figure of merit value. Then this project focus on comparing between pure GNBPS and then amine functionalized GNBPS or A GNBPS and thiol functionalized GNBPS or T GNBPS as sensing material to detect glucose. And then the problem started with diabetes being included in the top 10 causes of death with a prediction that in 2030 diabetes will be up to the top 7. And then diabetes has suffered by over 500 million people in the worldwide, with 4 cases reaching over 700 million in 2045. For Malaysia itself, it is predicted that over 6,000 people will be suffered by diabetes in 2045. And then existing glucose detection methods are glucose meter and urine testing with several areas for improvement, such as for glucose meter, it is invasive, so can cause a damage to the human tissue, and for urine testing, it requires a long-term detections and performed by experts to analyze the result. So an alternative to detect glucose is important to be developed. And then the solution for this problem is using a plasmonic sensor to detect glucose. This method is easy to use, fast, and accurate as well. As using material sensing, GNBPS are chosen due to their high sensitivity and selectivity. Then the seed-mediated growth method is used for the synthesis. And then we functionalize GNBPS with amine and thiol because glucose is one of the carbohydrate molecules, so it is important to use ligand so GNBPS surface can bind with glucose properly through the imines and disulfide bond. And then here is the objective of the research. The first one is to synthesize and personalize GNBPS and then develop a plasmonic sensors using pure GNBPS, AGNBPS, and TGNBPS. After that, we analyze the response and compare it to decide on better sensing materials due to the plasmonic sensing performance to detect glucose. And then for the scope, we synthesize GMBPS using SMGM and then functionalize for 0.5 until 72 hours. And then we do the characterization such as EVVs, XRD, VSEM, TM, and zeta potential to obtain the optical and then structural, morphological, and electrical surface properties. And then for the sensing parameters, the intensity change and wavelength shift are used. And then for the sensor testing, it performs sensitivity and then selectivity, stability, and repeatability as well. For the targeted analytes, we use the commercialized glucose for 1 micromolar until 1 molar. And then figure 2 show the LSPR phenomenon conducted by JDPS. So LSPR is an optical phenomenon where electrons oscillate when exposed to the light. Then figure 3 demonstrate the role of ligands in GBPS surface. So when GNBPS is fully bound with glucose, they can cause a spectrum shift in wavelength and intensity as well. And then for the previous study, I put the reasons in 3 years. For a more complete overview, it can be seen in my documents. And then for glucose detection, many researchers use amine and thiol because they can construct the strong bond between GNBPS surface and glucose as well. Especially in amine, it's called imines bonds, and for thiol, it's called disulfide bond. But they are personalized in basic shape. For example, in a spherical, so we propose an elongated shape, which is GNBPS, depending on their higher sensitivity and selectivity. Personalization in GNBPS can be an excellent promising sensing material to detect glucose. This is the flow chart of this work. So first we focus on the preparations of sensing material. After that, we develop and test the plasmonic sensor. So we move on to the methodology. The first step is synthesizing GNPPS using SNGM, which is divided into seeding and growth process. And then I functionalize using MNN with time variations. After that, developing a plasmonic sensor, which consists of light source, fiber optic, chamber, spectrometer, and computer equipped with software analyzer. And then for the working principle, so GNPPS as sensing material and glucose as a target analyte will be placed in a transparent cuvette with ratio of 5:1 and then put in the chamber. Then light from the light source will be exposed to this chamber through the fiber optic. So when GNPPS detects glucose, it can cause a spectrum shift towards the LSPR spectrum or phenomenon. And then this spectrum, this response will be recorded by spectrometer and then visualized using computer software. So that's why in this project, the sensing parameter used is intensity change and wavelength shift as well. And then so far, for the initial results, we have done the fabrications of pure GNBPS and then concentration process. For amines over 12 hours, the solution turned into yellow, indicating that there is no nanoparticle anymore. And then for the thiol, over 12 hours, make the color solution turn into darker. So this is the conclusion. So far, we have done the fabrication of GNBPS, and then in the future work, we focus on the characterization, development, and testing the plasmonic sensor for glucose mutation. So that's all from me. Thank you for your attention.